Welcome to Daily Dose. My name is Robert. It's my pal Susan, and we're welcoming a special guest. This is Annie. Annie, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm great. What's the name of the organization you're with, Annie?
So I'm with the Parkinson Association of the Rockies.
The Rockies, Denver, Broncos. Come on, we love the Rockies. Annie, I was a great pleasure to meet you a couple months back when I keynoted for your summit, the E3. That was a special event for me, and it was a new thing for you, I understand, right? You were new to the organization, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been with the organization when that talk took place?
Like about a month and a half.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You were thrown into it because this was a big event.
Yeah, it was one of our biggest events.
So talk to me about that 6-week run up, because we've been involved I put together events for a different nonprofit. We just actually had to cancel one of ours because we just weren't close enough and we're postponing it to another time. Talk to me about that planning and just jumping into the fire like that.
Well, I was really lucky. We have a really committed E3 team. Some of them are on PAR's board, Parkinson Association of the Rockies. So they really helped me a lot. And honestly, the staff as well, just because I also had to learn about Parkinson's. I didn't really know a lot about it. I had a very general idea of it. So I did kind of make it my mission to understand more, and definitely even just attending the conference, I've learned so much more. Now in my almost 5 months here, I've just learned so much about the community and being able to interact with so many people, not only at E3, but support groups, other educational programs, just learning and hearing about people's personal experiences also just really adds to that. Not just learning about the Parkinson's itself, but learning about that personal connection with it as well.
Annie, what has surprised you about the world of Parkinson's?
Honestly, just how willing they are to give back to their community, not only as that person with Parkinson's, but the care partners as well. It's just really amazing what they go through, and they're still willing to put in time, even with all the struggles that they're going to help the community back. Especially, some care partners that have already lost their spouses, and they're still using that time to contribute to the community because they know how helpful it is to attend educational programs or to be part of a support group. Just having that social emotional connection with other people that understand your story, even though Parkinson looks different for everybody, just being able to relate and connect with someone on that level is just that's really what's blown me away. And just that the community is so grateful for what PAR does, and also the other really big nonprofits. So just a very grateful, giving community. It's a pleasure to work with every day.
What a treat to hear you say that. That's how we feel too.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, you're in the same community with Davis Finney Foundation, and Susan and I have had the pleasure of working with them, and Paulie was the one who actually recommended me to you all. So have you got to meet many members of the Davis Finney Foundation and anything you've done together?
Yeah, actually, we're having our Care Partner Summit on Saturday, and one of the people in our panel for the summit, she is actually a Davis Finney ambassador, and we have a couple other support group leaders who are also Davis Finney ambassadors. So, they're very involved. That's why I keep saying, there's so many of the people that we work with are just so involved, and not just with us, but with other organizations as well, which is great to provide resources for people that may have not even known that resource was there in the first place.
And it's this beautiful integration. It's not us versus them. It's all of us together. The sum of the, how does that go? The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Yeah, right. And then there are people like Dr. Cochran here who come up with some kooky idea about improv, and that's what he came and talked to you guys about, right?
Yeah.
How did that land with you and with the group?
Oh, amazing. I mean, I went through all those hundreds of evaluations and everybody loved his presentation. They were just above the moon with it, truly, from the care partners to the persons with Parkinson's, as well as our Energizer leaders that were there and the sponsors that helped sponsor the event. Everybody loved the presentation. It was just, I feel like it was a very unique and different presentation than people were expecting to hear, even though they already knew about the conference and who was presenting. I think being able to experience it and actually, because Robert's a fantastic presenter, which helps a lot having that presence, and people really enjoyed it. I think it's just such a unique, and you know, it was my first conference too, and just like experiencing that, it was great.
Right. So, well, speaking of unique, we are launching something today that is a whole lot of fun. Robert, I'll let you carry this.
Yeah, and we're right at threshold, so I'll make it brief. But this is our call out, our shout out to you. This is called the Shake Challenge, and you remember the ice bucket challenge that ALS did a couple years ago? So we put this forward to basically tell people, show us how you shake. And that could be, you know, anything from, you know, shaking a salt shaker, shaking your body, ordering a milkshake, whatever it is, and then challenging 3 people to show you how you shake. And so our challenge is now out to you to show us how you shake, and then, you know, put it up with the hashtag Shake Challenge. Because you mentioned the story. We want to change the story of what it means to have Parkinson's. We don't want people in isolation. We want to say it's okay to laugh with, not at, laugh with, and be together in a community, and, you know, understand what tremors and dyskinesias are. And at the same time, you know what? All movement is good movement. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to shake together. So do you accept the challenge?
Yes, I accept the challenge.
Yes.
You nominate 3 more people.
So let us know when you post that, wherever you post that, and hashtag it at you know, yes and exercise and shake challenge, and you know, off and running we'll go.
Awesome.
Annie, this is your daily dose. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.